Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Preacher coming to you. One of the hottest rumors going on about Wrestlemania 32 with the main event match of Triple H against Roman Reigns is that they're going to pull off some sort of a double turn in the main event. Possibly one of the most famous double turns of all time would come around WrestleMania 17 when you would have Stone Cold Steve Austin turn and join up with Vince McMahon. And in this match, was basically the build-up was that Stone Cold Steve Austin was sort of at a low point of his career, even though he was coming into WrestleMania as the champion. And he really needed a big win over The Rock, and he was going to be able to do whatever he had to do, and that was even joining up with the devil himself, Vince McMahon, a guy that he never has seen eye to eye with. And basically, you know, Stone Cold Steve Austin has come out saying that it's possibly one of the worst moves that he ever made. You know, Dave Meltzer has come out basically saying that he knew about the turn months and months and months before it happening, and each and every observer leading up to that WrestleMania was writing in the Observer saying it was a horrible idea. One of the other ones that would come up would also be a WrestleMania one, which would be the Stone Cold Steve Austin against Bret the Hitman Hart. Where basically, because of Stone Cold Steve Austin taking Bret Hart to the limits, but basically tapping out. No, I guess he didn't tap out to the sharpshooter. It sort of got to the point where the fans were really cheering for Stone Cold Steve Austin. That match was just sort of like the exclamation point on Stone Cold Steve Austin that put him over the top because of his antics and just because of he didn't care what you thought about him. The fans were already starting to pick up on him, but after the match, basically Bret Hart was basically in full, you know, screw you Vince mode, and he just was the heel from all out there, unless they went to Canada, and that just was a whole bizarro deal. But basically, because of last Monday night, people were looking at Triple H and the way that he beat up Roman Reigns at the end of the show, and the way the fans were cheering for him, and just beyond the point of going crazy for the fact that he was beating up Roman Reigns, the guy that they don't really like. That, you know, he was even doing the good old DX, suck it, suck it, suck it. He was posing with the title. He was playing off the fact that he was a babyface. There could be a whole new WWE after WrestleMania because of the whole Shane McMahon, and if he's going to be running the company from here on out, if he beats Undertaker. I don't know how you turn Roman Reigns heel out of this whole match, but I think people have been really looking forward to this for the past couple of years. WWE might be looking at a way of starting to maybe hit a start over button with Roman Reigns, and I know that one thing I was looking forward to was maybe if maybe Seth Rollins was able to come back. I think that he's still going to be too hurt, but I think if you really were able to sort of rejoin the Shield and get them back as a threesome and have them be the reason why Triple H loses at WrestleMania, I think that maybe you could start the Shield over as some sort of a heel stable to the fact where you know, they're, you know, going up against Triple H, and then I don't know really what you do with the whole mentality. If maybe it's Stephanie that gets them together. I think if you think about WrestleMania 18 and the whole buildup of the divorce of Triple H and Stephanie and Chris Jericho, that whole thing was horrible. And I don't know if anybody's going to buy it as being believable anyways, seeing how connected Triple H and Stephanie are. But there's 1,000 things that you could do out of this. I mean, you could even, if the Shield was supposed to be together with Shane, and Shane ends up being a bad guy out of the whole ordeal, then you turn Vince babyface. That makes a little bit of a sense. And then even you know Triple H could have his own stable of guys come up from NXT. I don't think they're really going to gut the NXT system to send everybody up. But obviously the one person that you think that you would join up with Triple H would be Finn Balor. But if you bring Finn Balor, you have to bring Anderson and Gallows with him, which doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to be joining up with Triple H, but, you know, they could be doing a whole lot of these while they do it. But if he's going to be bringing up an NXT stable, you would think it would be guys that, you know, came from NXT, not coming from New Japan, that maybe they just say that he just got the best guys from around the world, seeing how the WWE Universe doesn't really know that those guys are coming from there and they were already signed before this. They could be making their debut to be over there. But this is just a video to say that there's 1,000 things that honestly could be going on. And, you know, the rumor tree is really going bonanza right now over tons of things with WrestleMania 32. It's at a high point. It's going to be awesome. And I'll see you guys down the road.